Attention all grill masters and backyard barbecue enthusiasts. Lynn's has everything you need to make your 4th of July cookout a success. From sizzling certified Angus beef steaks and mouth-watering burgers to fresh cut fruit and all the condiments you desire, we have you covered. Browse our weekly ad for celebratory savings like 39-cent per pound seedless watermelon through July 4th and shop online at lynsgrocery.com for extra convenience. Lynn's, where delicious begins.
This is the Washington Times front page for the final day of October, Thursday, October 31st, 2024. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. The Supreme Court has allowed Virginia to remove some 1,600 names of suspected non-citizens from its voter rolls before Election Day. Stephen Dinan reports the 6-3 ruling put on hold lower court decisions that found the state's name removal violated federal law. The court said the names can remain off the rolls while the case proceeds through the courts. Advocacy group Alliance for Justice accused the court of voter suppression and said they feared how it would rule in other election cases. Donald Trump called out Democrats' rancor, and Kamala Harris shifted into damage control after President Biden's off-the-cuff remark calling Trump supporters garbage. At a rally in Green Bay, Wisconsin, Trump walked onto the stage wearing a reflective orange vest over his shirt after he briefly sat in a garbage truck decorated in campaign logos. In Raleigh, North Carolina, Jeff Murdoch, Mallory Wilson, and Alex Miller report Harris was in the awkward position of trying to distance herself from Biden. She spent nearly half of her 15-minute remarks discussing unity, telling the crowd it was Trump who was promoting divisiveness. Speaking of divisiveness, the gender gap, a fixture of U.S. presidential elections since 1980, is going strong again this cycle, with men favoring Republicans and women favoring Democrats. Seth MacLachlan reports Harris thinks Trump's rough rhetoric and abortion rights concerns will bring more women into her corner. Trump is counting on his tough-talking persona, warnings about transgender activism, and his willingness to upend the Washington establishment to draw in men. It's received little attention on the campaign trail, but the next U.S. president will face high-stakes decisions about America's open-ended military engagements around the world. Campaigns in Somalia, Syria, and Yemen have been mostly drowned out by the much more publicized Israel-Iran conflict and the Russia-Ukraine war, Ben Wolfgang reports. Analysts say that American operations across the Middle East and Africa have been largely absent from the national discourse this election season. Neither Trump nor Harris has clarified what they would do about the conflicts if elected. Campaign funding for D.C. Councilmember Trayon White is running low as the Ward 8 Democrat seeks a third term in office and a federal court date looms in his bribery case. Matt Delaney reports the White campaign has received only $2,000 this month, all contributed by White himself. He's donated more than $15,000 for his re-election bid, according to a campaign finance report filed Tuesday. Longtime political observers say the normally gregarious lawmaker with a knack for retail politics has maintained a low profile since his arrest in August. And finally, witchcraft content is in demand as modern women grow uninterested in formalized religious spirituality and seek looser, semi-historical forms. Emma Ayers reports today's witches are young influencers with popular social media accounts, podcasts, and urban storefronts. A 2022 poll from YouGov found that 1 in 4 Americans say astrology influences their lives. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.
Okay, it's official. We are very much in the final sprint to Election Day. And face it, between debates, polling releases, even court appearances, it can feel exhausting, even impossible to keep up with. I'm Brad Milkey. I'm the host of Start Here, the daily podcast from ABC News. And every morning, my team and I get you caught up on the day's news in a quick, straightforward way that's easy to understand, with just enough context so you can listen, get it, and go on with your day. So, kickstart your morning. Start smart with Start Here and ABC News, because staying informed shouldn't feel overwhelming.